Hey guys, Johnny Corthius here. I'm an ISA certified arborist and industry instructor, and today I'm here to talk to you about some EDELRID stuff. All right guys, so moving on to some tool attachments. EDELRID has totally addressed some of the issues that we find on some of the other harnesses on the market. Personally, I use the plastic style dedicated tool hooks, but obviously there are some that actually bolt onto the harness. They're usually made out of steel or aluminum. They've addressed this over here by structurally reinforcing the tab that's meant for a metal attachment point. Sometimes the screws can poke through a little bit and you don't want those, well, you don't want them digging into your hip and you also don't want them beating up your harness. So here we have the tarpaulin reinforced section of the harness here that's basically insulating you from that hardware. And then here, right beside it, we have the spot that would be great for a plastic tool hook. Now, moving up to the chest harness, what I think that we've come up with here is the best of all the worlds. It's padded, it's breathable, it's not gonna chafe you, but also what's really important to me is it's low cut. The last thing that I want when I come to rest on an SRS system after a brief ascent, or if I do need to do a little bit of work while on ascent, I don't want this coming in to choke me. So what EDELRID has done, they've low cut this, they've padded it, but they've also added these sweet little toggles that actually integrate with the harness. Now, personally, I don't like threading the toggles every single time that I put the chest harness on. So I leave one side attached and I actually use a small carabiner here. So getting in and out of this chest harness is really quite easy. Once the hard hat comes off, you can unclip here, and basically that just comes right off your body. When you don the harness the next time, you just put the main section of the harness on, flip this up and over, accessory carabiner clips right down there. Obviously, you've got a variety of different clips, both in a vertical and a horizontal orientation. And then up here, we have modular mounts. So if you wanted to mount a radio or if you wanted to mount something else, you have that option. Sometimes I'll actually run my speedline slings up here so that they're not dangling down close to the Velcro on my spurs or down by my chainsaw. By attaching up here, almost like attaching like a trad harness, you can keep some of those longer rigging components up away from that other stuff. So I really like having this option up here. Also, what they've thought of, we've got a variety of different knee ascenders on the market now. Having to have 3 or 4 different strap systems is kind of silly. So what EDELRID has done is they've addressed all of that. They've integrated a bungee, which is adjustable on this back side. Obviously, the beauty of having a lot of bungee in play, the more bungee you have in play in terms of length, even if it's hidden, the more stroke you could have in terms of the ascender coming up on your system. I really like that because not all of us have a Haas, not all of us have a Saka. Some of us use some of the other offerings on the market, and it's kind of nice to be able to just run an accessory carabiner here, reach down, clip it, and you're off to the races without having to bring some awkward strapping up and over the shoulder. Now, if you're not going to use it, no big deal. Pull the bungees out, knot them off, or remove it entirely, and you're off to the races with your normal system. All right, in classic German style, they are trying to check all of the boxes. Obviously, we have work positioning, we have our suspension attachment points. They've also integrated an EN358 attachment point right here if you are doing the type of work that requires fall restraint. Now, obviously, you would never want to hang from that attachment point. It would be extremely uncomfortable, but also not safe. But if you were working up on an elevated platform and you wanted to limit the distance that you could travel towards a potential fall, you can clip right into that EN358 attachment point. You're good to go.